Hi traders and welcome to the PL Capital Forex report. Today is Sunday, October 1st. In this video, we're going to look at the US dollar index, the euro, the pound, the CAD, and the yen. So let's start. All right, 4-hour chart of the US dollar index, just continuing to push up here. And the dollar is very much in need of a correction, but to me, it doesn't look like this fifth wave is actually in. There's a couple of ways that this can be counted. In both ways, I don't get a complete 5-wave count. So the way I have it right now is that here's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're coming up in a leading diagonal. But in this last piece, it seems like there's got to be one more wave up to complete 5 waves. So even though I see one more up, I wouldn't be buying. I mean, the risk is too big because after this big move, now you're starting to get divergence on like the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. There's a correction coming, and at a minimum it'll be coming down to 105, like 13, down to I don't know 104, at a minimum. And it could go 103s or 102. So the risk is much greater to the downside than it is going back up. So only looking for a sell setup. I think you're going to be able to get it above 106.83. I think they're going to come up one more time, and then you're going to get some type of bigger correction than anything that we've seen on this way up. So it should be at least something like that. I could also see doing this and then still coming down one more time. So bigger correction is definitely coming, and I'd only start to look now. I mean, the top could be in. Maybe I got this wrong. Maybe the 5 waves is in, and this was the start of the correction, and that's just the first wave, and now they're like correcting and still got more down. But I think it's going to come up and take it out one more time, because when we look at the other pairs, you'll see why. So like going on to the euro, like I said last week, I still see this as a B, and now they're coming down in 5 waves, and here's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But all I have here now is 1, 2, and then here's the third wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 3. So 1, 2, and then they came down. That's 3. So this should be 4, and the 4 could be in. There's that correction right there in the middle. That could be 4, or they might bring it down like they did, and they still might go up one more time. But I still think that it's got to come down then for the fifth and final wave of that C wave. And so that's why when I look at the euro, it seems like got to have one more down, because then that would give 5 waves. And if that's going to come down, then the dollar index is going to go up one more time. So, but I'd only be looking for buy. I mean, even though that is about 70 pips or so coming down, after this big ABC correction, you're going to get a pretty healthy correction up. So the bigger play is going to be to the upside. So, I mean, anywhere, the closer it gets down to here, then I'd just be letting it break it and then just start looking for a buy setup, because you'll get a big correction up. Not I don't know if that's really worth selling the euro for that, because I could be wrong, and maybe the 5th wave is in. So I'm only looking for a buy setup, and obviously the lower it gets, the better it is for you. And the pound. So the pound, overall is the same, down, but it's just coming down in a different pattern. So I got that as ABC, so that's 1, ABC, there's a 2. Here's an ABC. I think that's 3, and that's why, you know, like we do have 3 waves. It's kind of small to here. That's, I think they might come up one more time on the pound. Give you a 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 4, and then they'll come down in 3 waves. And then after that, you know, then that'll be a leading diagonal. And so just like the euro and just like the dollar, you know, I think the euro and the pound both will come and break their lows one more time, you know, completing either a leading diagonal or the ABC. And then you get that bigger 3-wave correction followed by one more down. So, but I'd only be looking for a buy setup, and I think you can get it underneath 1, 2, 1, 10. CAD. Okay, CAD. They were in a position to come back down and take out that low. So here's an ABC, and here was an ABC, but that just turned out to be ABC for the A wave. So they're making a, I think this is A down here. Here's ABC. That just turned out to be the A wave. Here's ABC for the B, and then boom, just took off on Friday. So now we got a big ABC. And there is the potential, because this is so strong, there is the potential that they could do an ABC down and still go up one more time. And then we just, instead of this being the ABC, then this whole thing would be ABC. But, you know, just like on all the other pairs, I wouldn't be looking for a buy setup. I mean, the bigger play is coming down to take out 1, 3, 3, 7, 8. You know, and then I think we'd have a big A, B, and then they'll come down. And then, you know, this C wave here, I would think is going to most likely be pretty impulsive, you know, something similar to that. It'll be 5 waves, you know, so either an impulse or in a diagonal, but it could be pretty swift. So I just would not be looking for a buy side. Even if they do come down in 3 waves and go to take that, it's not going to be worth it. I'd only be looking for the sell setups here. And yen. So yen completing this 5-wave move up after this expanding, this running flat, and I don't see this 5th wave being done. You know, because so far it looks to me like it's just like 1, 2, 3, and it looks like, you know, we got 1, 2, 3 here. So I think that's 4, and now they're going to come up and break this 149.70 to complete that 5 waves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 5th wave, and then, you know, anything above 149.70 is the perfect zone to start looking for a sell setup, because when we zoom way out, you know, we could be in a position then, you know, after this ABC, that could be A, this could be B, and they could be coming all the way down to get close to. They don't have to break it. They can make a contracting flat and then just short, or if they just make a regular flat, they'll break that. So obviously, I mean, the sell is the only thing I'd be looking for. Huge potential coming in the dollar yen. Now we'll have to see once they do break it, and then how do they come down? Because if they do just come down in a little 3-wave, there is a potential that this turns out to be a running flat. And like this B wave could come and break the top. But again, even if they do break that 151, you know, then it's going to have some kind of look like this, most likely. It'll be a running flat, and you're still going to, then from up here, you're going to get a big move down. So, but, you know, so in either case, I'd only be looking for sell setups. I mean, you know, especially above 149, you're going to at least get a 3-wave move, at least. So we'll have to see how this plays out, how strong it is. Because if it looks kind of choppy up here, you know, like just a little three wave, but it's not getting very impulsive, you know, it's not really going anywhere, and it's taking its time, and it stays up in this area after it breaks the high. If it just stays up in here, then I'd be, if you're in the sell, then you know that if the longer it just kind of chugs in here, that it's probably going to be a correction, and then they're going to go up and take out 151. But if this comes, you know, kind of ripping down here, you got a potential then of them coming all the way down. So huge potential in the sell. All right, that's what I see on the Forex pairs. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes and support, and see you in the next video.